Walk with me, walk with me, walk with me. Let's walk the talk.
Hello viewers, it is yet another journey of Walk With Me today, and by the grace of God we are blessed to have one of us in the studio. She has been with us since we started, and she'll still continue being with us because she's quite helpful to us. This is none other than Tabitha Matekwa from Kenyatta Hospital, and our journey today is about the pain or coping with childlessness. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to see you once more.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
How have you been?
I've been doing well.
Yes.
At home, the
Yeah.
family is fine.
Okay.
At work, we're also fine.
Everybody is fine.
Yes.
We are
yes.
also good.
Yes.
And this is our day.
yes, it's our day.
Today, our journey is all about the pain of childlessness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we are going to walk with everybody who is feeling that they're inferior, maybe because they are, I don't want to call them barren, but they are having this issue of childlessness.
Yes.
Tabitha, kindly, may you take us through this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Today, viewers, I just want to introduce to you a woman called Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
And Naomi reached to a point where she lost her children. And one time she said, "Do not call me Naomi, call me Mara." Why? Because of the pain she had gone through. So what does Naomi mean? Naomi means something that is so pleasant. But now she preferred to be called Mara, something bitter. And she said, because the Lord has dealt bitterly with me. Why? Because she had lost her children and it was like she was childless. So today, woman who or of which maybe you are childless, I want to tell you, you are not alone in this. There are other women who have been recorded not to have the children, or maybe they have lost their children. Welcome.
Wonderful. What kind of a story about Mara? And when we talk of being childlessness,
Yes.
what is all about it?
When you talk about being childless, maybe you had multiple abortion. Maybe you are even married and you had not even purpose to do abortion, but the babies came out. And to a point, maybe you have stayed with your husband, you have lost several babies, meaning that, when they are still in the process and they don't reach term and you don't deliver a term baby, where it's like you lose it, it's like you miscarry, and that is like what you can call abortion, but it means you are still left without a child. Also, maybe you may not have been able to conceive. You have stayed with your husband maybe for several years and you've not been able even to carry a pregnancy, or maybe the doctor has discovered you have a problem that can make you not to hold a baby inside your tummy, or maybe your husband is not able to impregnate you because maybe he has a problem. There are those who have got low sperm count, or there are those maybe they even have no sperms, and they are not able to impregnate you, and then you end up being childless. So when you're talking about being childless, is about you not being able to have a baby in your family. Yes.
In other words, you want to tell us, Tabitha, there are those people that are born without ability to give birth.
Yes.
Maybe without uterus.
Yes.
Or maybe without even sperms.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Just like, during when you are when a baby is being formed, there are some things that can be missed. Like, you can find someone who doesn't have legs. You can find someone who doesn't have even the hands. Same way, someone can be born without the ability to produce even those sperms. Yes.
And what are the
Or-
effects?
Or maybe even someone can be born even without uterus, or maybe you can have even a medical condition that can cause you not to have the pregnancy. Yes.
And when you identify maybe your partner or you yourself, because definitely you know yourself whether you are born without uterus,
Yeah.
what is the best thing to do? But before we come to that, what are the multiple issues do these people face?
When someone is childless, there are several things they experience. Let's say, for example, you stayed without a baby for quite some time. And when you stayed without a baby, you go home. When you go home, the in-laws will start telling you, you just came here to eat. Where is the baby? And that one will make you to be so angry. And then people will come visiting your home and they're like, you mean you people don't like having babies? That thing will really cause you to feel so angry. Why you yourself, you have been looking for a baby, and as a result, that one is going to trigger a lot of emotion in yourself. Yes.
Triggering the emotions.
Yes.
Do we mean that now you're in a position, it's like you become wild, or what do you mean by when you talk about triggering the emotions?
What usually happen, like, sorry, when you don't have a baby for a long time, these people, they go through a lot of emotion. And when I'm talking about this emotion, it's like, when have you ever lost someone? We usually say there are stages of grieving. And stages of grieving, we have denial, anger, depression, bargaining, and finally maybe acceptance. So let us start with denial. With denial, let's say, for example, you've discovered we can't have a baby. And when you discover we can't have a baby, what usually happens, if the doctor comes and tells you can't get a baby, what will the person say? I want the second opinion, the third opinion, the fourth opinion. What is happening is because this person is in denial. And denial is very good, as it tries to help you to absorb the shock. But if you are stuck and you cannot move beyond the denial, there's a time we say denial is bad. Why? You can't now make another visit to the doctor to be assisted, and maybe it was something very small that could have been sorted out, and then you would have been assisted. Then let's move to anger. These people, they go through a lot of anger. And why are they going through all this anger? First of all, they feel like they have loss of control. Why? Because whenever they go to the doctor, they are being told, do this, do that. And there is a lot of anger issue. When you meet with the people holding their baby and you are there angry, and then you can imagine in the church, pastor will come and announce, Mr. So-and-so, they've been blessed with a baby boy. And you are just there wondering, you mean pastor does not have anything better to talk about? And it triggers a lot of anger. At the same time, you can imagine them surviving Mother's Day or Father's Day, where all the women are told, oh, can all the mothers stand? And then people are looking at you. Is she a mother? Is she not a mother?
She's going to stand
And that
up.
thing cannot stop them from crying or even wiping their tears, and even because of that anger that they are going through. Then we go to the next stage where it's about depression. And when you're talking about depression, they are in low mood, they feel hopeless, they feel helpless. Why? Because maybe she's been told your husband has got no sperm, and you're like, you mean I'll remain like this? I'll remain without a baby. Do I move out of this marriage? What do I do? Or maybe if it is that lady, she's after several tests, the doctor declares to you, you have no uterus, and now you feel like, I'm not supposed to be living. But what we are saying, you don't have to die because of being childless. There are other things you can do to make yourself feel good. And as long as your partner will accept you, you can journey together. Then there are those who are there in bargaining stage. In bargaining, this is where you start telling God, if only you give me only one child, I will be so happy, or I will serve you the rest of my life. If only I'll get only one baby. And then, there's those many, many promises. And then we have another stage which we call acceptance. And now in acceptance, this is the moment now they accept to go and seek maybe the opinion of the doctor. They have tried all they can. They've not been able to get the baby. Or maybe this is the time they're able even to go home. Some of them, they start thinking maybe there's an issue, and they start visiting the lady's home. Others start thinking, maybe let me go for prayer. Others start thinking, okay, fine, let me go and seek the doctor's opinion and see how the doctor is going to assist me. But now, apart now from the stages of grieving, you'll find these people, they have a lot of bitterness, they have a lot of resentment, a lot of bottled up emotion. Why? Because they are childless. Yes.
Among the 5 stages,
Yes.
there's denial,
Anger.
there's anger, there's depression, there's bargaining, and acceptance.
Yes.
Let's think about bargaining session, or rather bargaining stage.
Yes.
And I've come to realize there's so many opinions that people are given outside there.
Yes, yes.
The society,
Yes.
find somebody who is childless and you tell them, oh, there's a doctor somewhere, there's a mitishamba somewhere.
Yes.
You get my point?
Yes. Yes.
How about this?
Now, when someone is childless, some of them, they are so desperate. And in that moment of desperation, what usually happen? They will visit the lady's home. They will visit the parents of the husband. They will go to some of them will even go to the herbalist. Some of them will go even to waganga. And then recently I saw on a movie, there's a lady who had visited, let's say like Kamuganga. And when she visited there, the mganga said what? For me to diagnose what is the problem, we have to sleep together. And then I'll know where the problem is. And then you can imagine this lady has put herself together with this man. They have slept together. And then again, she's gone home. And maybe this man could even be HIV positive. She's taken again a sickness at home. So there's a lot of manipulation. Some of them, they go through spiritual manipulation. And I remember one time someone was telling me she would go to a place where she's calling it's a prayer. But to me, I found it to be like a spiritual manipulation. Why? She was saying she was being washed with anointing oil while she was naked.
Good.
And then she told me, I've taken several bottles of anointing oil. And you know what? It's just about, it's because of desperation. Because sometimes when you are really desperate, people will come with several solutions. And sometimes ladies would go home and the auntie is telling you, maybe your man is not able to work properly. Let me get for you a man. And then the man will go home and the mother will tell the man, I think your lady has a problem. Let me get for you a girl to impregnate. And of which you can even identify in the Bible where you find Sarah
The case of
told,
Sarah and Hagar.
yeah, to the husband, can you take the maid servant
Out of desperation.
out of desperation. At the same time, Rachel did the same and gave out. But you see what? There reached a moment, Sarah got a baby, and also Rachel managed to get a baby. But you also find another woman who was also desperate, who is Hannah in the Bible. And Hannah prayed to a point where the husband was saying, "Woman, are you drunk?" And she said, "I'm not drunk." And then what happened? She was told, "May the Lord hear your request." And God honored the prayer of Hannah and rewarded Hannah with a baby.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Desperation can lead to destruction.
Yes.
But along the way, there's still hope. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Walk with